And hello, late tea time podders around the world. Very good to see you. I don't know how long you're supposed to leave it until you don't say Happy New Year again, but Happy New Year, because it's the first time that we've seen you in 2025. Hopefully you've had a great Christmas. Hopefully you are fine and dandy wherever you are in the world. It's James and it's Dave, as always. And DT, I'll bring you on. I have said Happy New Year to you before today. Happy New Year for the purposes of this.
Thank you. 17 days in.
Yeah. Are you keeping to your New Year's resolution that you told us about at the end of 2024, drinking more water?
Wasn't there two of them?
I can't remember what your other one was. It was probably something sordid, knowing you.
I'll say yes to both then.
Drinking more water was one of them. So you've been doing that?
Yeah.
Anyway.
I'd like to just pick up a glass and show you, but I can't find one.
See, I have actually got a glass of water.
Yeah.
So I'm actually better than you.
Look, empty. Had it all.
Yeah, that's just been there since Christmas, isn't it?
We do with a wash.
Anyway, we're talking about the Dubai Desert Classic today. Coming to you halfway through. It's Friday night UK time. So they have finished the second round. And currently, Ewan Ferguson, the Scot, is leading. Rounds of 67 and 65 sees him top of the tree. Daniel here is up alongside him as well. You've got Jason Scrivener, Tyrrell Hatton, Sean Norris, and Laurie Kampner following on behind that, and then Minwoo Lee, Rasmus Højgaard, and more besides. And at the top end of the betting markets, Ewan Ferguson is actually the favourite now. He's best price of 7-2. Tyrrell Hatton 4-1. Daniel Hillier is in there at 15-2. You can get Rasmus at 12s, and Fubin Olesen is at 14-1. Laurie Kampner the same, and Minwoo Lee is at 18-1. Have you been watching this? How are you seeing the Dubai Desert Classic?
Yeah, through the television. I wish I was there, but
I meant more in a kind of like a holistic kind of where's the winner coming from kind of way.
Yeah, so I've watched a fair bit of this. It's always an enjoyable one, watching these Middle East desert swing part of the DP World Tour. And yeah, I was looking, it's a tournament where maybe it takes a little while to reveal its hand, because I was looking at Rory McIlroy, because he won the last two editions, but he's quite a way back this time. But he was way back last year. I was looking, he was 10 shots off the pace at halfway last time and came through to win. So even though after his round today, he had 71-70, he kind of said, I can still win. And you think, well, you're just saying that. But based on last year, you can win it. And it seems to be, it's better to be a chaser than have the target on your back. I was looking previously. So Rory won this last year, 10 shots back at halfway. He won the year before, 2 shots back at halfway. Then before that, your mate Victor Hovland won here, 4 shots back at halfway. And before that, Paul Casey, 3 shots back at halfway. So if you're looking at a pattern there, it's kind of like big name player lurking. In Rory's case last year, way back. But generally, the sort of lurking element plays out quite well. And I think the lurker that I want to be on is Tyrrell Hatton.
Well, just before you do that, just Rory 33rd, tied 33rd, as you say, 17-71, only 3 under par, which puts him significantly back, isn't it, as you say? But he's 9 shots off Ferguson.
Yeah, but it was 10 back. Obviously, it was 10 back last time. What I think this time, though, is he's maybe just not as sharp. Before the tournament, he said he'd just been sort of cruising around. He's been to New Zealand just because he'd always wanted to go there, spend a bit more time there. So I think he's treated the break as a real proper break and not, just forgot about golf. And rather than thinking, right, I'm going to come out and make a statement, I think he's just easing his way back in. So I think he will climb the leaderboard on the weekend, but I don't think he's your winner.
Don't our boys, Americans, including the Americans as well, don't they play in New Zealand and Australia at all? There are golf tours there, but
yeah, a few went down there over the years, and maybe even this time we used to get people turning up, but not as much. I think golf has become such a schedule December, you almost want to just think, right, let's just take it easy for a while.
And I suppose if you want to do a bit of sightseeing, playing 4 rounds of golf kind of cuts into that, doesn't it?
Yeah, and Rory's sort of, I think he's always tries to get this golf life balance thing, and I just think going to New Zealand, I just thought as a real, if you're going to get away, you may as well go as far as you can get. So I think that's done him well, and I think in time he'll benefit from that, but I don't think it's going to show up this week.
Well, just before you get on to Tyrrell Hatton, let's remind everybody about Betting Radio.
Do you enjoy the Late Tea Time podcast? Well, there's every chance you'll also love Betting Radio. You'll find Dave and James on there, plus plenty of other betting experts. Mix that together with some great music and make Betting Radio your new favourite radio station in 2025. Visit bettingrad.io to read and listen to all the latest previews, or download the Betting Radio app at the Google Play Store or the App Store. Betting Radio, the best music and the very best tips. Always gamble responsibly. Visit begambleaware.org for more information.
Always do that. Always gamble responsibly, everybody. Always do that. But Betting Radio is available for you. Me and DT are on there on a regular basis, so it'll be good to see you across on that station as well. We're back to Dubai, and you were taking me towards Little Tyrrell, weren't you?
Yeah, interviewed after his round today, said he felt much more comfortable on the greens. Said when he stood over the ball, he just felt good. He also said a little snippet. He said, I think the greens will dry out as the week goes on. So he was asked about the firmness of the greens. And he said, because he's got a high ball flight, it's easier to land them and make them stop on firmer greens. So he said that might play into my hands a little bit. He's just a very, very, very good golfer, isn't he? Brilliant golfer. People get too hung up on the fact that he'll go effing and jeffing all the time or go mad, but just strip that away from him, like McEnroe at tennis, and he's just a fantastic player.
Don't you think, though? I mean, the effing and jeffing, him losing his cool, is a major factor, because with McEnroe in tennis, and a few tennis players use that effing and jeffing kind of mentality, having a bit of a tantrum now and again to just kind of get rid of all the tension. With Tyrrell Hatton, it seems to build the tension.
Well, you could say that. I don't know. I mean, it's like there's just a lot of focus on it, and he knows he does it. Everyone knows he does it. He's been quite self-deprecating about the fact that he does it. And I don't know how it must feel to be his playing partner when he's having a real off day. But
he's certainly not something the TV companies want to be miking up on a regular basis, is he? Because after every shot,
there's
either a good swear word or a bad one.
Bit of a challenge, isn't it? You won't do that walk and talk thing the PGA Tour do. Not that he's on there because he's on live, but he basically just said this is a tournament he wants to put on his CV. He said that before about Wentworth and he won that. So, once he's got his focus on winning one of these, and I think with Rory a bit kind of not quite on it. John Rahm's missed the cut. Victor Hovland's missed the cut. It's kind of there for him, I think. So I like Tyrrell Hatton. You might think 4-1's not massive, but if he closes that gap, gets to within 1 or 2 of the lead, or maybe
he's not far behind, is he? He's only 4 shots back, and 65.
And the two who are clear, I mean, they're good players who've won before, Ferguson and Hillier, but it's not Rahm and McIlroy in their pomp, is it? So I think he's got a great chance, and I think his odds, good round tomorrow, and his odds he'll be the favourite probably.
Tyrrell Hatton we fancy, and maybe a little bit of maybe a nibble on Rory, because he is a bit further back. As DT says, he's done it before. Rory currently, you can get him at around about 25-1, whereas Tyrrell's obviously 4-1. So you can split your stakes maybe and give yourself a little bit of Rory at the same time.
Not for me, Rory. Though, not for me.
Too far back and maybe not quite in the right zone.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, but as you say, people will see that price and look at what he did last year and go,
Trouble is with Rory, his price never goes out that big because there's always money coming on him, isn't there?
Yeah.
So people always think there's going to be something amazing going to happen. Sometimes it doesn't, sometimes it doesn't. But that price maybe should be more like 40s or 50s, wouldn't it, if it was a normal person?
Yeah.
Anything else with Dubai then?
Yeah, because the winners.
Oh, you say that then.
I'll go on.
If you had something else up your sleeve or not. We weren't very well organised. I didn't ask you before we came on there. But I will play our little advert for manscaped.com, and then we'll come back and get DT's best bet. Which advert shall I play? Which one shall I play? It's been a while since we pressed these.
While you work that, I got a Manscaped for Christmas. One of the best purchases I've ever made, and I'm not being paid to say that either.
No, I absolutely certainly not.
Marvelous.
Yeah. Oh, they are. It is good kit. It really is.
Forever you and me, right by my side, where you ought to be. 'Cause if I ever were to lose you, I just don't know what I'd do. Let me hear you now.
Those funny little fellas with the bald heads. Quote late, and you'll get yourself 20% off, and you will get free shipping, which is what you did actually, didn't you? You quoted late.
I did, yeah. I got my 20% off. Yeah,
that's what make it work for you. That's what make it work for you. Anyway, back to the Dubai Desert Classic, DT. And you're going to take me somewhere else.
Yeah, the kind of theme of the last 3 or 4 years has been coming from a few back, not being leading. So I think one is just under the radar a little bit is Laurie Cantor. Another Englishman who had to be playing with Hatton in round 3, so hopefully they know each other a bit well. But Cantor played in the Team Cup. There was a Team Cup, Ryder Cup styly thingy last week between GB and Ireland and Europe, and Cantor played on the GB and Ireland side and did really, really well. He hammered Roman Langascu, who had won all his games before then in the singles. And they interviewed him today and just kind of said, how did you enjoy the Team Cup? And he said, he was kind of being honest. He said, well, I just thought it'd be a bit of a knockabout, bit of match play between a couple of teams. Kind of think it'd just be low key. But he said he was really, really inspired by it. Kept using the word inspiring. So I think he's had a real lift from that. He's playing well anyway, played really well there. And I think he's come here with a real sort of boost that, hang on, I've been in this team environment with kind of these mega players that Tommy Fleetwood playing, Luke Donald captain. It just gives it a feel that, wow, maybe I could be on the Ryder Cup team one day or kick on. And I think he just really enjoyed it. He's come out, played really well here. He said, I think I've driven the ball well. The way the rough is, the way the greens are, you need to be able to hit the fairway a lot. So I feel like I've hit a lot of fairways. So his game is there, his confidence is there. He's in the right position.
Yeah, same place as Tyrrell Hatton. Tyrrell Hatton's 4-1. He's 14-1.
Yeah.
So,
I know. Yeah, that's sort of to be expected. But I think that the thing before this week was that he'd been working with David Howell as a new putting coach, and that had garnered a bit of attention because Howler is like was one of the best putters in the game. Yeah. He did actually. Laurie Cantor did actually say, before that he was working with Phil Kenyon on his putting, and Phil Kenyon is a brilliant putting coach as well. It's not like he was, being coached by some sort of random. But he's just had a switch. I think he's just enjoying working with David Howell. They're mates. He said he's a member of the same golf club as me, so it's just that comfort as well. So he's got the comfort of that, a new thing starting up. He's got the inspiration from last week. His game is suiting this course because he's finding fairways. The rough's quite thick. So as an each-wayer, I think we'll go Tyrrell Hatton to win, but as an each-wayer, I think Laurie Cantor's the man.
Yeah, there's no point in taking any. Tyrrell Hatton's got to be on the nose at 4-1, hasn't he?
Yeah.
14-1 does give you those options, isn't it, of taking an each-way price. So good luck, Laurie Cantor. Good luck to Tyrrell Hatton. And maybe if you get tempted, and just a little bit, gamble responsibly, but a little bit of a snip on Rory McIlroy, although DT is certainly not recommending. He wouldn't do that with your own money, so why would you recommend anybody else to do it, kind of thing?
Exactly. No, I like it. I always thought Laurie Cantor sounds like a sort of lounge act who plays a piano, and he'd be introduced, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Laurie Cantor, and then he'd come on and...
Was that with like a roughly shirt?
Yeah.
there, ladies and gentlemen, right there. I used to have an Uncle Laurie, great Uncle Laurie. He was a policeman, worked as a security guard at Kent Castle. Leeds Castle, down in Kent.
In Kent, yes.
And he used to get all of us kids around at family get-togethers and tell us stories about the monster with eyes as big as saucers, and we were all sitting there transfixed about. He had this deep, gravelly voice and stuff. May he rest in peace. He's been long gone now. Was Uncle Laurie.
Oh, what a sad ending to that story.
Great character he was. He's great. Right. So anyway, so there you have it. So 4-1 Tyrrell Hatton and 14-1 Laurie Cantner. Dubai Desert Classic, the weekend to go. And hopefully, if you're on those, good luck. If you're not, go your own way. Feel free. Use your own expertise. But good luck with however you do it. And good luck to you, DT. Enjoy your weekend as well.
And you, mate.
And we will see you again next week. What's on next week? Can you remember off the top of your head? Look at that face. The brain's sticking. You can see it. Absolutely
no idea. I know they've moved the Genesis Invitational at Riviera because of all the fires.
Yeah.
In California, so that's been moved. I don't think we know where it's moved to yet, but yeah, tragic scenes watching some of that. Horrendous. There's a golf writer actually who's, I think his mum lost a house.
Yeah, it's pretty good. So I said to me the other day, it's like if he was in a feature film, some of the shots you've seen, you wouldn't actually, you think it was a bit overdone. Because it is really pretty.
Hard to believe, isn't it? It's like CGI, except it's real.
Yeah, it's very out there. The late Tom Podders over the pond. If any of you are affected, good luck and hopefully stay safe and what have you. And hopefully you're not been too badly affected by it. But we will see you again next week, late Tom Podders. As we said before, gamble responsibly, enjoy the golf. Goodbye from Dave. Goodbye from me, and we'll see you next time. Cheers, all.
Always gamble responsibly. Visit begambleaware.org for more information.